Because if somebody is too vegan, they could actually harm themselves. Just in the same way, if somebody's too paleo and they're like, this is the only way, then they can actually become damaged in that way.
Bum, 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 bum.
So on stage, you're talking about the rigidness of some people within the food industry and your transition. And so, without going into details, the question I want, and I think the gift we can give people is to say, okay, how does someone spot that they're rigid in their thinking, whether they're like too paleo, too raw foodist? How does someone spot the symptoms and leverage out of that?
Great question. I think you have to spot judgment within yourself, and you have to also spot the immediate visceral reaction you have when someone comes at you with a different opinion than your own.
Okay.
And so you need to detect that inside. If something gets irritated inside of you with somebody has a different opinion than you, then that's kind of you're heading towards judgment.
Yeah.
And once you get into judgment and denial, then what's going to happen is you're going to get caught in that fundamentalism trap. Mm-hmm. And then what's going to happen to you is it's really going to cause suffering.
Yeah.
Because the thing that you're polarizing against, as I was saying on the stage, is the thing actually that you need.
Yeah.
So we have to be very, very careful about that we don't polarize against anything, and when we accept and we can continue to do what we like to do or what we even want to preach about, but as soon as we get into this is the only way, mm-hmm. or this is the way, then we're starting to go against the flow.
And so are you eating animal products now, or what's your diet other than the fast?
I'm a vegetarian. I'm a vegetarian, but I eat like ghee.
Yeah.
I'll eat good goat's cheese if I'm in the Arctic, and like for example I'm in Iceland. Icelandic butter. I mean, from the lava fields of Iceland. I mean, the mana of that is hard to match with any food in the world. And so it very much, if I have any animal product like that, it's going to be through non-harming, because that's kind of the principle that I like to live by. And I live by ahimsa, but I live by both principles of ahimsa, which is do no harm, but also don't harm yourself.
Yeah.
Because if somebody is too vegan, they could actually harm themselves.
Yeah.
Right? They could actually become deficient in nutrients. They could become neurologically deficient or damaged, or they become easily irritated or responsive, or certain personality things. Just in the same way, if somebody's too paleo and they're like, this is the only way, then they can actually become damaged in that way. For example, they might not get enough vitamin K2 from cheese, or it's because this whole thing about dairy products, it's like I get that, okay, the rational mind goes, oh, it's illogical and irrational. Why would you drink the milk of another species? The other side of it is that, let's say you live in the pampas region of the Andes, and all they have is this, really tough bush grass. It's like it's a bunch grass. You can't eat it, but goats can eat it.
Yeah.
And then from that, those animals can take that resource, convert it into something that you can eat without you killing that animal. Hence making a goat's cheese or goat's milk, and they're kind of making a superfood out of something that's not really edible. And then they're also giving you certain nutrients like vitamin K2 that's very hard to get in other ways. So, we can see it from every direction. I've just noticed this. I've been in this for 21 years.
Yeah.
You see how this guy's polarizing against that, and this person's polarizing against that, and then I know what's going to happen eventually.
Yeah.
It's going to catch up.
Yeah.
And eventually that thing they're polarizing against is going to be that thing that's going to save them.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah, thanks.
So on that note, what would your advice be to yourself 20 years ago? From now, knowing what you know and who you are now, with the passing of the cells of David Wolfe?
Right on, cool, thank you. It's be kind and gentle with yourself.
Okay.
And don't don't make yourself suffer irrationally.
Okay.
Right. So it's cool to suffer when you're going through a detox, and to kind of back up the mistakes that we made, the overeating, for example, or the wrong food or whatever, and to go through that process of unloading it out, and there's some suffering that goes on there, but it's really also a joy as well.
Yeah.
That's okay, but to unnecessarily suffer by knowing you need to eat this, or feeling your body's going, we need that, and then you go, no, I don't eat that, no, I can't, that's there's a law against that, is it's going to lead to trouble.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Sound advice. Nice.
A lot of experience.
Yeah.
Teaches you.
bum, 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 bum.